Greetings everyone, this is Melek Shalama of Melek Shalama Capital LLC. Right now I'm in a live trade. It's basically a floor pivot R1 breakdown. It's a distribution trade. It's a black sun strategy. So we're using these upper deviations, +2 upper deviation linked with ETH high. We have weekly POC level. We have floor pivot R1. And we have below here Camarilla R3. So we're basically looking for a breakdown of these levels, right? Attempted uptrend that ran into resistance, started distributing, so we entered these sell trades here on the breakdown, right? 2 entries here at approximately, let's see, let me just get the right, 66.45.
Yes, seller sweeping book. Boom. Yes,
right?
seller sweeping book.
So we took 2 sell entries right there. Breakdown of ETH high, heavy volume.
Absorbing order flow. Boom.
Let's see.
MES seller sweeping book.
We have some consolidation here at this upper deviation, +2 upper deviation. We're running into some liquidity here on the bid at 66.38. I do have a bunch of correlation trackers here, so I'm gonna just point this out. So this white dash line is oil. Then I have gold as well, so you can see gold right there. But it's a little too, wait, hold on, let me open it up a little bit. You can probably see it a little better. Then we have a retracement here, just as I was gonna get my first take profit. So let's see if we get to pull back down, get my first take profit right there.
Boom. Yes, seller sweeping book. Boom. Yes, seller sweeping book. Absorption.
Right, so we're all the way down at first upper deviation, dash green line right there. Right, usually you do get a little bounce on these downtrends at first upper deviation, so we're breaking down first upper deviation right now. Right, we're getting a little bounce from the buyers. I'm gonna adjust my take profit to this liquidity down here.
MES seller sweeping book.
And I think I'm just gonna put it at this liquidity right here. Right, so we're basically gonna attempt to get to VWAP.
Tracking iceberg YM sell. Boom. Yes, seller sweeping book. Boom. Yes, seller sweeping.
Right, so we got Camarilla R3. We have a bid there, Camarilla R3. We broke down this first upper deviation, so the trade is looking good. We got sellers, we got selling volume. This bid is just pulling right now as the sellers attack. Right, sellers attacking Camarilla R3 right now.
Yes, buyer sweeping book. Boom.
Right, you can see the buy sweeps going off. Right, that's good as long as they're not retracing. Buy sweeps on a downtrend is good. Right, so we're looking good profit-wise, 437. And we think about taking one off at Camarilla R3. We could, but we're gonna just see if we get this target right here, this liquidity. See if we get VWAP. Right, we got the retracement. We got our trailing stop right there at 66.37.25. Right, so we got this little pushback above Camarilla R3. Do we get buyers at Camarilla R3? Do we want to take one off? Let's see, we're gonna take one off at Camarilla R3 right here.
Absorption.
Right, so we took one off. Right, we're just waiting for this second target here. We're trying to get down to VWAP. Right. Alright, we got some volatility, so what we're gonna do, just move our stop down to this level again. We don't want any pushback above Camarilla R3. This is our resistance. We got the seller taking control, so we need our VWAP test right now.
Yes, buyer sweeping book.
Actually, we're gonna go for a little more. We're gonna go for 66.25.
ES seller sweeping book.
Right, so we got aggressive sellers.
Absorption.
We're going for 66.25.
Absorption.
And did we get our target?
Boom.
I think we just did.
Boom.
No, not yet.
Boom.
Right, so we have the trailing stop trailing.
MES seller sweeping book. Boom. ES buyer sweeping book. Boom. ES buyer sweeping book. Boom. ES buyer sweeping book.
All right, trying to get to that liquidity right there. That's my take profit
YM buyer sweeping book.
at 66.25.
Boom. ES buyer
Trailing stop at 66.30.50. Probably gonna get stopped out there.
ES buyer sweeping book. Boom. ES buyer sweeping book. Boom. MES seller sweeping book. Boom. ES seller sweeping book. Boom. ES seller sweeping book. Boom. MES buyer sweeping book. Absorption. MES buyers absorbing order flow. Boom.
Alright, so trailing stop didn't get hit. We're moving back down, so it's looking like we're actually gonna get our target. This is London VWAP, and this is actually RTH VWAP. So we tested above RTH VWAP, pushing down on this liquidity.
Iceberg ES buy. Boom. MES seller sweeping
and
book.
it's looking like
ES buyer sweeping book. Boom.
looking like we could get lower.
Boom.
So let's go to first lower deviation.
Boom. ES buyer sweeping book. Absorption. ES
Right, so
sellers
this bid is
absorbing
stepping
order
in
flow.
here.
Absorption. ES sellers absorbing
Still got
order
selling
flow.
pressure. You see as it pops up
MES
here with the
sellers
buyers,
sweeping book.
sellers get
Boom.
aggressive.
MES seller sweeping
So
book.
that's why I adjusted my
ES
target to
seller sweeping
lower.
book. Boom.
So first lower
ES seller
deviation.
sweeping book. Boom. ES
So my
seller
target is
sweeping
down
book.
here
Boom. MES seller sweeping
at
book.
66.20.
MES buyer sweeping book. Stock
All
run
right, so let's
MES
see if we
buy
get some
wipeout.
aggressive sellers
Absorption.
breaking us below this
MES
level at
buyers absorbing order
66.24.
flow. Absorption.
You have some
ES
buyers here
sellers
running
absorbing
into this
order flow.
liquidity on the offer,
Absorption. ES sellers absorbing order flow. Boom.
and I want to
YM
trail
seller
my
sweeping
stop
book.
down
Boom.
to this
Bull
level
buyer
here.
sweeping
We're not
book.
giving back any
Trade
more than
ESM
this.
6 CME at copy sell price 66.30.
Did it
Size
move?
358.0. Boom. ES buyer sweeping book.
All right.
Trade ES.
All right, so I'm out. All right, so that was the trade right there. 775 on the day.
Boom. ES
Got
buyer
a nice
sweeping
little
book.
breakdown here
Absorption.
from
MES sellers absorbing order flow. Boom. MES buyer sweeping book. Boom. ES seller
right,
sweeping
so
book. Boom. ES seller sweeping book.
66.45 to
Boom. ES seller sweeping book.
66.27.75. Right, so let's see here. We got these micros. I think we still have the micros. I think the micros got. Oh, so we gotta take profit on the micros as well.
Absorption. ES sellers absorbing order
So that's
flow.
346 on the micros and 7. So it's like
ES
total
seller sweeping book.
we netted a
ES seller
grand
sweeping book.
basically.
Boom. MES buyer sweeping
Let's see
book.
here.
Absorption. ES sellers absorbing order flow.
There is. Hold on,
ES
hold on,
sellers
hold
absorbing
on.
order flow. Absorption. MES buyers absorbing order flow.
I just want to check the total P&L. Okay, wow. So it's 158. All right, let me just bring this across, right? So I'm almost finished with this this eval right here. Right, so this Apex account, I have to get 159,
ES seller sweeping
right?
book.
159,000. I'm at 158,737.
MES
So
book.
this is almost finished. All right, that's cool, man. Okay, so probably at the end of this week, I'll probably announce, or probably my next trade is gonna be where I actually pass this eval. So it's 150K eval account. I have approximately about 200 and some to go to pass the eval. And that was the trade that actually brought me up to this level here. It was a breakdown, 66.44.25 breakdown, right? And it was a weekly POC breakdown as well. along with some floor pivot R1, Camarilla R3 breakdown, right? So it's basically like a black sun strategy.
Absorption.
Just
ES
remove
buyers
this.
absorbing order flow. Absorption. ES buyers absorbing order flow. Boom. ES seller sweeping book. Boom.
Right, so it's
ES
basically
seller
like a
sweeping
distribution pattern above this weekly POC level. It's like a retracement, right? So you get this basically like a buying climax right here, automatic reaction. You get the upthrust right here, and then you get a breakdown of the automatic reaction level and the phase E markdown, right? And all that's happening around this resistance level right here, right between Camarilla R3 66.33.75 and floor pivot R1 66.40, right? So we got our automatic reaction basically just below floor pivot R1. So as we're breaking down floor pivot R1, you get a nice little entry right there for a markdown. And I'm actually entering after the upthrust, right? So I'm selling right here, right,
iceberg and QSL.
at the breakdown of weekly POC. All right, here also is Melek Shalama Capital LLC, and hopefully the next session or the next video is going to be with me passing the eval. All right, y'all, trade safe, y'all stay blessed.